by Marie D. Henry. Episode 2. Each time the figure was too far away for him to recognize, so it was, who it was, and he was more than curious to find out who would walk the fields alone on some of the coldest and windiest nights of the winter. But he was nearly home now, and the figure had not appeared. He looked like the cold this night was too much even for the field walker. He was about to duck down into the box out of the wind when his straining eyes caught the dark movement seeming to move with the clouds of snow rolling ahead of the wind. He ran his mittened right hand across his eyes, then looked again in the direction of the dark, shadowy movement. Yes, there it was, the figure of a human being. His eyes were not playing tricks on him. The figure was coming directly out of the snow clouds towards the road. Vance stood transfixed as he watched the figure walk with a quick stride towards him. Surprise ran wildly through him when he saw that the figure was that of a woman. She was nearing the road and would pass directly in front of the horses. Without thinking, Vance pulled back on the reins and the team stopped. The woman kept coming. She walked almost effortlessly and fast. Then he realized that she was walking above the snow. Her feet did not even touch the snowdrifts piled high in the field and ditches off the road. He noticed that the horses stood quietly, not even picking up their ears as the woman came across the ditch. For a second, Vance lost sight of her as she passed in front of the horses and was hidden from his view by their bodies, but not before he saw that she was not dressed for walking about in the middle of the night in sub-zero cold and wind, for she wore only a long black summer dress with a wide-brimmed summer hat on her head. Then she came into his view again, and as she did, she turned and looked at him. A chill, colder than any January night he had ever experienced on the road, ran over his body. The woman was faceless. The woman's look in his direction was only for a second, but it was long enough to stamp in his memory her faceless image for his lifetime. She did not slow her stride, but walked on the cold night air over the snow drifts in the second ditch and on into the field beyond. He watched her until she disappeared into the white bellowing snow clouds that rolled with the wind across the open field of what was actually his neighbor's farm. He turned to gaze in the direction she had come. The lights from the kitchen windows of his home blinked back at him through the flying snow clouds.